First, they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win. This is often a saying associated with the adoption of new technologies, and sometimes we have to remember how far the crypto industry's come from when most large institutional investors, individuals and governments either just ignored crypto completely or made fun of it, to the stage we're at now, which is where it's been fought a lot, but with clear signs that crypto is starting to win, which is what we'll be looking at in this video. Because I'm bullish about the crypto space, and let's be clear, we don't exactly know when the next huge bull market will be. If you look at the cryptocurrency market as a whole, and I previously did 2 videos on the price of BTC, where this might go in future based on historical prices and looking at past Bitcoin halvings. And I'll include links to those videos here and in the description for you to check out, with these indicating that a new huge crypto bull market might appear in 2025 rather than 2024. And there are significant geopolitical risks and macroeconomic concerns around the world today that affect markets, especially when you see the large dip we've just experienced. But my first ever video on this channel was about whether we're heading for a recession, and hopefully you're educating yourself and haven't been leveraged, liquidated, or panic sold during the volatility. And I'll be doing a video about Japan soon and its decision to raise interest rates and the implications of this, especially when we've seen such a large dip in the markets. So keep an eye out for this. But please do like this video and subscribe to the channel so I can continue to offer more content for you in future. Just a quick reminder, you can contact me if you're looking for crypto coaching. You can sign up for a free account with Koinly using the link in the description to this video, which is one of the best automated crypto tax platforms out there. If you're looking for more specific tax advice based on your personal circumstances, I've partnered with a leading crypto tax company in Myna, and I'll leave a link to contact them directly in the description to this video. And finally, I've included a link to Trezor's website in the description for anyone looking for one of the best hardware wallets or cold storage out there, with 2 new models released recently in the Trezor Safe 3 and Trezor Safe 5. Just a reminder that nothing contained here is financial advice, and let's jump straight in and take a look at the latest news and reasons why I'm so bullish about crypto. Firstly, and starting with the most obvious news, Trump spoke at Bitcoin 2024 in Nashville on Saturday the 27th of July to further promote Bitcoin and crypto. He likened Bitcoin to the steel industry 100 years ago, becoming the 9th most valuable asset anywhere in the world in just 15 years. He stated his intention to create a strategic national Bitcoin reserve or stockpile for the US that we'll see again soon in this video. And he wouldn't sell any of the Bitcoin that the government currently holds after it was seized, or that it will purchase in the future. He said that he wants Bitcoin to be mined, minted and made in the US, and that if they don't embrace crypto and Bitcoin technology, China will, other countries will, and his vision is for an America that dominates the future. He would fire Gary Gensler, the chair of the SEC, on day 1. He pledged to the Bitcoin community that the day he came into power, the anti-crypto crusade would be over. He would create a Bitcoin and crypto presidential advisory council to design transparent regulation for the benefit of the entire industry within 100 days. As part of this, he mentioned stablecoin regulation specifically, and that he will defend the right to self-custody. And he stated that he wouldn't allow a CBDC in the United States while he's president. Trump plans to release a 4th NFT collection, with his first 3 selling out quickly, making millions of dollars in revenue from them. So while this could be seen as a marketing tool with some political rhetoric, there was some substance to his plans which promote crypto and therefore would be bullish for crypto if he came into power. Moving on from Trump a bit, the top Republican on the Senate Banking Committee, Senator Tim Scott, also spoke at Bitcoin 2024 in Nashville, supporting crypto and arguing that the government should make it easy for the crypto industry to innovate in the US, saying that we've got to get rid of the folks who are getting in the way after such a long period of inactivity on crypto legislation. And it will be interesting to see what happens in the Senate after the November elections. He spoke alongside Senator Cynthia Lummis, who also introduced a new crypto bill for the United States and brought this with her to Bitcoin 2024 in Nashville, with her proposal for the US government to accumulate 1 million Bitcoin and hold this as a strategic Bitcoin reserve for the US, as Trump stated in his speech. And I'll be doing a video specifically on this bill next, going into it into a bit more detail, so keep an eye out for that. But this would obviously increase the demand for and adoption of Bitcoin, led by the country with the largest economy in the world, which could be extremely bullish for BTC. And it's not just in the US that this is being suggested, because Hong Kong Legislative Council member Johnny Ng mentioned Trump's speech praising the opportunity to incorporate digital assets into a country's strategic reserves, and highlighted his plans to collaborate with others to look into the possibility of Hong Kong doing this as well. But if we look at the Democrats now, given that Joe Biden won't run again at this election and Kamala Harris will instead, it's interesting to see Harris reaching out to the crypto industry to try to reset the relationship by holding talks with crypto executives. So this could be seen as one of the first signs to engage with the cryptocurrency industry and address its large concerns over the lack of regulation, clarity, and the attack on crypto. This roundtable will be hosted by Representative Ro Khanna, and this does follow a recent roundtable that took place in July as well, but the stakes have risen this time as Harris potentially comes under pressure to support crypto following Trump's recent comments, which it seems she may be willing to do so. So it will be very interesting to see the outcome of these talks and if any concrete proposals on crypto come from them. And there's no surprise about this sudden increase in the crypto narrative in US politics, given the large amount of money that's been donated to crypto lobbying groups, such as Fairshake PAC, and specifically to Trump's presidential campaign. And I covered this in a previous video that you can find a link to here and in the description should you want more detail on it. But if both of the main US presidential candidates supported crypto, that would obviously be very bullish. Still staying in the US now, we saw some more bullish news with Republican Senator Roger Marshall withdrawing his support of Elizabeth Warren's Digital Asset Anti-Money Laundering Act on the 24th of July, or in other words, an anti-crypto bill, and he removed himself as a co-sponsor of this bill, as you can see here from the Congress website. This leaves Senator Lindsey Graham as the only remaining Republican co-sponsor out of the 18 that still support this bill. And I covered this in more detail in a previous video that you can find a link to here and in the description again if you want to check it out. Perhaps this is in response to all of the pro-crypto news we've seen already in this video on the Republican side, but it can only be seen as a blow to Elizabeth Warren's anti-crypto army and positive for crypto. Moving away from the US now for a bit, we've seen the UK and Bank of England lower interest rates by 0.25% for the first time in over 4 years, bringing interest rates down to 5%, which was actually last seen in 2008, before the continued reduction all the way down to 0.25% by 2016, which is positive for assets if this continues moving forward with more liquidity entering the markets. And with the US looking to do this in September also, with an almost 100% chance of an interest rate cut following the recent market dips, but actually with a 73.5% chance of a 0.5% cut rather than just 0.25%, according to CME Fed Watch, as you can see here. Next, we've seen the introduction of spot ETH ETFs to join Bitcoin ETFs now. So what will be the next crypto ETF to further increase investment into the cryptocurrency industry? We're seeing the beginning of mass tokenization of real-world assets being added to blockchains, including over $1.8 billion worth of tokenized government securities, as you can see here from June Analytics. Ripple announcing at the beginning of August that it's investing $10 million in OpenEden's tokenized Treasury bills initiative. BlackRock's Biddle Fund, which could reach $3 billion worth of capital investment by the end of 2024, and has paid out $7 million in dividends since March alone. And just to name one more, Goldman Sachs planning 3 tokenization projects in 2024, with Goldman Sachs CEO David Solomon predicting that BTC could very well rival gold in future in an interview he did on July the 30th. And Trump suggests this too in his Bitcoin 2024 speech by saying that it probably will overtake gold at some point in the future. Morgan Stanley has also just announced that its financial advisors will now offer Bitcoin ETFs to its clients that have a net worth of at least $1.5 million. The large American financial services company, Cantor Fitzgerald, that has over 12,000 employees, announced through a press release on the 27th of July that it will launch a Bitcoin financing business to provide leverage to investors who hold Bitcoin. The firm will start with $2 billion in initial financing and will look to grow this in stages, with the chairman, Howard Lutnick, making an announcement at Bitcoin 2024 as well, stating that the company owns a lot of Bitcoin itself, that they'll partner with certain Bitcoin custodians, and already work with the largest stablecoin issuer, Tether, through US Treasury trading. The SEC in the US has recently dropped its labeling of several altcoins as securities in some big news. As you can see here from a part of the court's report that was filed on July the 30th as part of its lawsuit against Binance and its former CEO, CZ. And these cryptocurrencies that are no longer deemed securities include BNB, BUSD, Solana's Sol, Cardano's ADA, Polygon's Matic, Cosmos's Atom, the Sandbox's Sand, Decentraland's Mana, Axie Infinity's AXS, and Coty. Moving on, Bitcoin Wales apparently added more than 84,000 BTC in July this year, worth about $5.4 billion, especially during the dips. Lloyd's of London, the leading insurance marketplace in the world, and the oldest, given it was founded all the way back in 1689 in London, has just announced that it's now backing insurance policies that can be paid for directly using crypto on the Ethereum blockchain, which is quite big news. And finally, Russia has recently passed laws legalizing crypto mining, which will start in November 2024, and is experimenting allowing its central bank, which is the Bank of Russia, to choose select companies to conduct cross-border settlements and exchange trading using crypto. So I don't know about you, but I'm certainly bullish about crypto moving forward, looking at low prices and dips as an opportunity to buy the dip rather than panic and sell at a loss. But I would be looking to de-risk if needed. Moving forward, I believe we can expect more adoption, more liquidity pumped into the financial markets, which increases asset prices, which if you look at what most financial experts are saying, will happen. When you look at the M2 money supply at over $20.9 trillion, that hasn't actually come down that much. The United States TGA account, or Treasury General account, which has increased recently, but with the debt ceiling dilemma coming again in January 2025, the large reduction in the reverse repo going from over $2.2 trillion held down to $338 billion, and the large amount of Treasury bills issued by Janet Yellen and the US Treasury. And I can do another video on this to explain it a bit more if you'd like me to. And I'll be doing a video soon on Japan's decision to increase its interest rates and the effect that this has. But as always, don't panic during volatile periods. Try to zoom out and invest in your education. But that ends this video looking at the many reasons why I'm bullish about crypto. And as always, I'd love to know what you think in the comments below about it. And if you're interested in more of a tailored approach to your crypto education, and you think you'd benefit from having someone look over your shoulder and guide you on your journey, I do offer one-to-one coaching to those who have the desire and the means to educate themselves further. And there are links in the description where you can message me and book in a free video call to see if we'd be a good fit. There are also links to Koinly, Trezor, and to contact Myna in the description of this video also, as I mentioned at the start of the video. And if you found this content interesting, please do like the video and subscribe to the channel, as it really does help. And have a great day.